What's up, everybody? It's Amy here from Amy's Art Alchemy and your host of the A3 ATC Swap Group. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have another tutorial to share with you guys for the ATC Display and Storage Solution series. If you missed the first part of this series, I would highly encourage you to go back and check it out. In the first tutorial, we made these ATC size accordion style boxes. They house so many artist trading cards. It is a really simple tutorial. You can decorate these anyway. I love sitting these on my shelf throughout my art studio. It's a really fun tutorial. So if you missed that one, definitely go back and check it out. I'll be sure and put the link in the description box below. So today I'm going to share with you another tutorial on how you can display and store your ATCs, this time in a mini album. This one is very simple to make. It does not take much, and this particular size houses 16 artist trading cards. So you can get a lot in here, and they're really cute. So I love little albums, and this is a really fun way to make it. So I hope you guys will enjoy this tutorial and let me know what you think. I'm gonna flip the camera around and get started. All right, so as I mentioned, these are really easy to make. They make great gifts. They can be slid down in your purse. You can sit them on a shelf. You can give these as a gift. Really easy to make, and it does not take that many materials. What you're going to need to make this, you're going to need a piece of medium weight chipboard. Now what I used is the back of a art pad. So I had an art pad that I had finished with, and I always save those because it is a good medium weight chipboard. So you're going to need a medium weight chipboard cut at 4 inches by 7 inches. And then I also save my cereal boxes. So this one is a lighter weight. Again, you can use the medium weight if you just want to use the same stuff. And this one needs to be 2.5 inches by 4 inches. So 4 by 7 and then 2.5 by 4. You're also going to need a circle punch. You're going to need a pair of scissors. Whatever you want to decorate the outside of your album with, you can use fabric like I'm using, or you can use scrapbook paper. However you want to decorate it, you can just paint on it, whatever you want to do. I actually went ahead and painted the inside cover of mine, so you guys are not waiting and watching paint dry because nobody wants to do that. What I will be using on mine is my homemade fabric that I have been using on several projects. And this, you guys, started out as a bed sheet. I found a white bed sheet at the thrift store, and I bought it, man, I think for like $1. I mean, very, very cheap. Brought it home, threw some white paint on it just to give it a surface, and then I just started painting on it, adding a lot of color, paint splatters, and I have been using this for several projects. I have an art journal that I use it on, and I thought this would be a great time to use it for these little ATC albums. So this is what I'll be using. And then you also need something to tie around yours. What I am using is some sari silk ribbon like I used here, but you can use lace, you can do anything you want. It just kind of depends on the style that you are going for. You're going to want to need an eyelet and an eyelet setter. And then you're going to need a scoreboard to score your chipboard. And then the main thing that you will be needing is a trading card sleeve. Now these were made for sports cards. So football trading cards, baseball cards, and you can find these usually by those cards at the stores. You can also find these on Amazon, order them in bulk. A lot of people use these for their artist trading cards. So that is a great way to store your artist trading cards. If you do not want to make something, you can buy these by bulk and put them in a 3-ring skull album, regular binder, and then you can get a bunch on there. So you can get 18 because you can slide 2 in front and back. So you're going to need one of these. And then the way I do mine, I'm using a sewing machine. You do not have to use a sewing machine if you do not have one. You can also tape yours, but I think a sewing machine just looks nice. And then you're also going to need some type of adhesive to adhere your cover on unless you are painting directly on it, whether you're doing scrapbook paper or however you want to decorate. The first thing you're going to want to do is get your medium weight piece of chipboard and paint it if you want to have the inside painted. And then you are going to score it at 3 inches and then again at 4 inches. And I had already did that prior to painting it. So it is 4 by 7, and then you're going to score once at 3 inches and then once at 4 inches. And then the first step is to decorate, because you want to already have this part done so it can dry. That's the main purpose. So if you are using scrapbook paper or something like that, then you can always decorate last. Because I'm using fabric, I need mine to dry while I'm moving on to the next step. So I actually have already cut a piece out of the fun homemade fabric that I'm using, and I love all of that, so I just went with this piece. And I will be adhering this on with my 3-in-1 glue. So let's just do that really quick. All right, I actually had to pause the video because my 3-in-1 glue was out, and then I forgot to press record, but you guys don't need to see me gluing that on there anyway, because that's kind of boring. What I actually ended up using was my regular PVA glue that I use for bookbinding and other paper projects, and I just adhered this directly on. So that was the only thing that I did off camera. And also, I want to mention that you want to make sure, and if you are using fabric, cut it a little bit longer than the 7 inches, because once you wrap it around as the curve of the spine, it will go in a little bit. So give yourself just a little bit of leeway, and then you can always trim that off afterwards. So I adhered this on with my PVA glue. And next thing you're going to want to do is take your 2.5 inches by 4.5 inches and get your circle punch. And we are going to give ourselves a little notch. So you don't have to go in much, just a little bit. And punch yourself a little notch. Now you want to decide on what side is going to be your front and what side is going to be the back. I think I'm going to let this part be the front. So I'm going to adhere this right here. Now you don't want to adhere any part right here. So basically you're going to go on the outside just a little bit, just on the very edge, and on the bottom, and be sure that it is pressed flush up against the side. So you will have a little 1/2 inch gap right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Now I'm just going to use this, actually, that comes out fast. I have the same glue in a smaller bottle because you want that to be just along the edge. And then just line that up. Wipe off any extra glue if you made a mess like I did. And then we are going to sit this, you can sit this under a pile of books. I'm actually going to sit mine under my homemade press. If you guys haven't seen that video, go check it out. I have a homemade press that I use for my bookmaking projects, as well as when I'm making my homemade paper. It functions also as my flower press when I'm pressing flowers. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. I'll be sure and put it link to it in the description box below. So I went ahead and put it under my press so the fabric adheres nice and smooth to the chipboard. Next, you're going to get your trading card sleeve. And now we are going to work on the inside. Now, if you notice on these sleeves, you have the line that seals them so you can have the separation. So it is very, very important not to cut that line. So you're going to go directly below the line. So here would be this would be the bottom, and here is the top of the sleeve. So you're going to go directly below that line, and we are just going to cut all the way across. If you cut that line, obviously, it will not be a sleeve anymore. It will be open. Oh goodness, I grabbed my bad scissors. Those scissors got glue on them. So just cut straight across and do the same thing on the other one. So now you have 3 separate pieces. Okay, now if you are using a sewing machine, what you want to do, it is very important. I'm laughing because I goofed the first time I made this. It is very important to make sure that you have them all lined up the same. So make sure your openings are all lined up either at the top or at the bottom. We are going to keep this part on. So what you would normally put in a binder, we're going to keep that part on for now. And we are going to use this. So you want to make sure and not seal this up, okay? Because your card has got to fit on the inside. So you're going to take one of the pieces that has this little extra bit right here. And you're going to line it up right on top of each other, just like that. Okay, so then we are going to take it to the sewing machine and sew directly on this line. So don't go past the line, because then otherwise your trading card will not fit in there if it is bigger than the required size. So make sure you just go right along that side to adhere these 2 pieces together. So that will sew those 2 pieces together. So we will do that on this one, and then you will take your other one and you will do the exact same thing. So I almost did it here. So make sure the bottom is lined up with the bottom and sew it to where it is just like that, just a straight stitch across. And it will look like this, one solid piece. So once you sew it, you will have this little attachment piece just like here, and it is nice and sewn together. So I just sewed all the way across, and then after you have one long piece, then you can go back and fold this up like this and trim it off. Keeping it on there before you sew it just gives you something to hang on to, because these kind of slide under the sewing machine. But after you have them sewn together, then you can just cut this piece off. And that is the main part of your inside book. So very, very easy. Now we are going to get our book out of the press. After your fabric is nice and adhered to the outside, it's time to work on the ribbon closure. Again, you do not have to use sari silk. You can use whatever you want to tie it up with. Lace would also be really pretty, especially if you did a really pretty scrapbook paper. Then you don't even have to sit it under a press. You can just adhere that paper on. So you're going to go to the front part, and I'm just going to use my big crocodile here, and I have a 3/16 eyelet, so I have that set to the 3/16 mark, and we are just going to line it up, punch our hole, stick our eyelet in. Move it to the setter. Oh, mine is so old, it does not slide very well. Move it to the 3/16 setting. And set your eyelet. Now we have our eyelet set on there. And trying to decide, I think I'm going to go with, there's already so much pink in this. I think I'm going to go with this really pretty purplish blue color. I think I'm going to go with that one. So we are just going to thread it through. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. I need to stop and probably eat something. And I'm just going to tie a knot. Y'all are probably freaking out seeing me shake. I'm not a diabetic. I just, I have not eaten. And so I get a little shaky. All right, so have that attached. Now the easy part and fun part is filling it up. So take a regular piece of paper, makes it sturdy to slide in there. So I just have a regular piece there, and I actually forgot to cut off one of these, so you can go ahead and cut that off because you don't need it. Slide that in the holder on the side. Just like that. So that's why you keep this top part open, so you can slide it in there. And then the fun part is putting all your artist trading cards in there. So I'm going to take this opportunity to show you some artist trading cards from some lovely artists. Now, I literally just reached in and grabbed 16, so I don't play favorites. If you are a member of our A3 ATC Swap Group, then you will recognize some of these lovely cards from the artists in our group. If you are not a member of our group, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell you about it. I host an international artist trading card swap group over on my Instagram. It's called the A3 ATC Swap Group. A3 is just short for Amy's Art Alchemy. It is a bi-monthly group, so every other month artists send in their cards to me. I swap them and mail them back. So we currently have a group over 340 artists from all over the world taking part in our group, and we are always accepting more artists into our group. If you would like more information on how you can join, just head on over to my Instagram. I will have that link in the description box below, and send me a message and I can give you all the details. We have a wonderful group. It is a very fun and welcoming group. It consists currently of 32 countries and 41 states in the US. So it is a international fun artist trading card swap group. So if you like to create, collect, and swap artist trading cards, we would love to have you. So these are 16 of the cards from the artist trading card swap group, and I just grabbed 16 to fill them up. So as I'm filling this, I'm going to show you some of these beautiful cards. This first card is from Crafty Goodness Crochet, Mary Storvik from Illinois. If you would like to see more detail about these cards, I have videos saved called sneak peek videos, and you can go back and watch those. I also have a video telling more about our group. I will put that in the description box below, and you can go check that out as well if you're interested. Mary, I have been meaning to ask you, what do you do to get this circle part? I know you used it on your December cards as well. what is this? I really like this and want to know what you did to make that little circle. I'm sure it's probably very obvious, but I can't figure it out if it was a punch or if you literally just had a circle piece of paper and squished it up and put it under there. Whatever you did, I love it. This next one is from Jilly Welch from the UK. Really pretty card. So these sleeves, you have the front and back. The next card is from Karen Hazekamp from the Netherlands. I love all of these cards, and everybody is so generous, and some of them send in an extra ATC for me to keep, so it's really nice to have. And I love my artist trading card collection, and I love this swap group. This next card is from Courtney Earl from Australia at Scrappy Girl 7867. Karen Hazekamp was Karen.Hazekamp. So check all these ladies out on their Instagram. This next one, how pretty is this? This is from Chelsea from Canada. You can find her at CFJORGYNN. She is from Canada. Looks like I grabbed a variety from all over the world when I grabbed my 16. I love all of them, so I literally just reached in and picked 16. This next one is also from Canada. This one is Things Janice Makes. Go check her out. I love this card as well. I love all of these. I love my artist trading cards. This next one is from Rhonda Coombs at Ron10, and she is also from Canada, so it looks like I grabbed several from Canada. I love you, Canadian artists in our group. So much talent in our ATC Swap Group. This next one is from Sandra from the Netherlands. You can find her at BeCreative_BeHappy. I love this. I love postage stamps. If you've seen any of my videos, you know how much I love my postage stamps. This next one is from Georgia. This one is from Angela Cohn. You can find her at Georgia Peach 72. She is actually the very talented artist that sent me that tea bag pouch, pocket pouch that I made a tutorial on. So go check her out, Georgia Peach 72. This one comes from Australia, from Lola Mac. You can find her at Bonnie Wee Tartan Soul. And I'm actually going to take it out of this little protector and slide it into the other one. This one comes from Finland, from Sari_K from Finland. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same on this one as well. This one is from my friend Denise at 1242 from Germany. Look how pretty that is. She is so talented. This one I actually just received. This one is from Pepite Dor 44 from France. I love these colors. You guys will be seeing this on a sneak peek video soon. It was on top and I went ahead and grabbed this one. This is obviously the one she made for me, so don't worry. I'm not keeping anybody else's, I promise. This next one is from Indiana. This is from Aseret Studio, A-S-E-R-E-T Studio. And oh man, there is a story behind this card. Definitely go check it out. I will actually try to link that video below as well. The story behind this card has to do with the pandemic, and it is just so heartfelt, the time and thought that she put into creating this card. It is just, it's amazing. It's already a pretty card, but then when you hear the story behind it, actually, instead, why don't you just go ahead and head over to her Instagram, Aseret Studio, look for this card and read what she put on it. It is just, it is amazing. It is the words that she chose, and it's just how she took something so tragic like this pandemic and made something like this. This next one is from Laura Tamalunas at Laura Tamalunas from California. Look at this little origami bird. Awesome. And this one is from Marcy Artsy. She is from Nebraska. I love this one, Marcia, so much. I love the fibers on the end. So obviously I kept yours, one of yours as my 5 that time. I fell in love with this. I can't wait to see more cards that you send in. You just do such a beautiful job. And this makes 16. So you can add more to this and attach more, but honestly, I think this is a good amount. You would, if you decided to, you would need to adjust your spine, but to hold 16 cards is a lot. So you just fold it up accordion style, just like this, just like the photo sleeves that come in wallets. So that is where it got its name from. Fits nice and snug inside. And then you just wrap your closure around. And there you have it, a really simple ATC wallet style photo album. So again, very easy to make. How cute do these look? Hold 16. So if you were in our A3 ATC swap group, this would be 3 months worth. So you could make 2 of these and it would last for the whole year. Another good idea would be to, you can make 2 of these and sit them on your shelf and label them the year. Or if you have a lot of cards from one country, you can do by country. So that's also a good idea, like Canada, UK. You would obviously need a lot because our swap group is very big, but that is just an idea. You could also do by theme. You could decorate one with butterflies on the outside and then all your butterfly ATCs. You could have one with your abstract and make an abstract cover. You get the idea. So a lot of things you can do with this. Again, these make great gifts. These will also be good if you want to not use them for artist trading cards, but fill them up with pictures to give them to a parent or grandparent. These would be also great for a stocking stuffer. If you wanted to do that, you can just fill them up with pictures instead. So again, they hold 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches because they are made for the artist trading card size. So if you decide to use photos, keep that in mind whenever you cut down your photos. But I know my mom would love one of these to carry around in her purse, as well as my grandmother. So these are awesome gifts, and they just fold out really nice and easy. So it would make a great brag book for them. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. That's it for today's tutorial. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. There will be more coming in this series very soon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. If you guys make one of these, tag me on my Instagram, Amy's Art Alchemy. I would love to see it. I hope you guys are happy, healthy, and well, and we will talk to you all very soon. As always, happy crafting.